see how the child develops. The child is innocent. There's no knowledge. Okay. You can think a child is like a empty vessel. Empty. The mind is empty. Nothing is there. No knowledge is there. And knowledge starts accumulating in that empty vessel. Like imagine everybody brings and puts one small piece of object in that. Somebody puts a stone, somebody puts a glass, somebody puts a pencil, rubber into that empty vessel. That innocent child is filled with the knowledge from the society. Everybody comes and fills up some knowledge. Somebody comes and says, "You are a nice baby." Somebody says, "Oh, what a wonderful kid you are." Somebody says, "Oh, you have to grow and become a pilot." Somebody says, "You have to grow and become a scientist." So all kinds of knowledge is filled in the child. You understand? Child is getting filled with the knowledge. An empty vessel is becoming filled. Now, please ask yourself, as a child, did you have a choice in what kind of knowledge is being filled with you? What kind of knowledge is you are getting filled with? You are empty, just receiving knowledge from the society. You don't know what is right, what is wrong, what is good, what is bad. Right? So all you are becoming a dumping ground for all kind of knowledge. There's nothing right or wrong, good or bad. Everything is getting filled up. The child is getting filled up. So as the knowledge comes, the bliss of oneness is forgotten, and this whole thing, the consciousness gets fragmented into objects. This separation comes into picture. This child is just a recipient because he's so innocent, so helpless. It just keeps on accumulating knowledge, which is given to it. The scientists say that child, the nervous system of the child, grows very rapidly between the age of 6 months. 6 months in the prenatal stage in the mother. That's when mother is 6 months pregnant, to 4 years. Almost more than 60% of the brain, 50% of the brain grows rapidly in that stage. From the year 5 to 9, okay, another 30-40% of brain grows rapidly, the fundamental connection of the brain. So the learning is very fast. Please understand, when the child is in the mother's womb to 6 months to 9 years, the child has no ability to discriminate what is right and what is wrong, what kind of knowledge I should receive, what kind of knowledge I should not receive. You are stumping it, filling it. Every person in the society comes and dumps some knowledge into the child. It can come from TV, it can come from mobile phone. So child has become a knowledge basket. So gradually the intellect starts developing. Knowledge is memory. When I speak of knowledge, it goes into memory. So now intellect starts developing. What is the role of the intellect? The intellect is to discriminate. I want this, I don't want this. This is right, this is wrong. I should do this, I should not do this. Right? That's the role of the intellect. So that intellect starts slowly developing what I call discriminating ability. What is right, what is wrong. What should be done, what should not be done. That discrimination starts developing. Initially, it was in a very rudimentary form. The child may say, I don't want milk, or I want milk. It may say some simple things related to bodily needs, but it should start discriminating from the discriminating knowledge. So you should decide whether this is good or this is not good. That discrimination has to develop. As the child starts growing, the discrimination starts developing, intellect starts developing. Right? So the intellect which develops becomes the master of the mind. So ultimately, intellect is processing what is the knowledge which you have. Intellect is the boss. The boss starts growing gradually. Okay. So as you grow up, the intellect also becomes sharper and develops. Is that clear? So intellect has to make intellect has to be used for making a decision in life, right? So intellect, you can say, is a decision making function. For the decision making, you have to use the data, no? Information you have to use. The mind has filled with lot of information by society. Everything in the society is dumped in the mind. So intellect has to make a quick decision, right? Decision is required fast in life, isn't it? So can it go through all the information which is there, all the data which is there in the memory, and decide what to do? So the intellect now takes a shortcut. It assumes something and takes a decision. Assumptions based, to make the decision making process simpler, right? This assumptions and making decision is called belief. You assume something, okay? So for example, I have to purchase something from the market. So there are 10,000 shops which sell. Then I'll say, because I have to process so much of data, which shop to go, which shop to, so 10,000 shops. But intellect has to take a quick decision. It'll say, I'll go for this brand because the assumption is this brand is good. Then you have to analyze a lot of things. Are you clear? So the belief is used by the intellect to reduce the decision making time. Are you clear? You assume something and go ahead. So you say brand is good, you go ahead. Right? So we start living based on the assumptions and beliefs. That's where our decisions are made. So this we start applying in lot of places in life, because everywhere you have to make a quick decision. Life is fast. So I may decide that, okay, the people from this community are not good. Oh, the people from this community are very good. All assumptions. So all the people from this community, okay, create a lot of problem. In reality, that people from any community, where there will be millions of people, one or two people create a trouble, but you start make a mental model, because otherwise you can't decide. No, decision making has to be fast. You have to decide something and go ahead, assume something and go ahead. That's called belief. What is assumption? What is belief? Belief is something you have taken for granted without verifying. You are assuming something and take it for granted. Is that clear? Is that clear? So the reality of life, you are replacing with the assumption and belief. So life is no longer real. Your life is replaced with the beliefs and assumptions. Belief is not based on the reality. Belief is based on assumptions, because your intellect cannot process so much of information which is already dumped into your head by the society. It's like, imagine your computer has a memory system. You also have memory system. I mean, gigabytes and terabytes of memory is there in computer, but let's say it's filled with the data. Then you ask the computer to run a program. Computer cannot run. You have to analyze so much of data. So then what the computer has to take a shortcut. It will use some data and say this is right. That's exactly what's happening. Your memory system is filled with the data from the society completely. It's full, overloaded. So you have to make any point of time, you have to make a decision in life. Even a small decision making, you have to go through, analyze so much of data, which is impossible. Then what will you do? Use assumptions, beliefs, and you live your life. So now the life is replaced with the data. Data is analyzed using beliefs and assumptions. In reality, you are losing touch with the real life at all. You're living in assumptions, beliefs, and information which has nothing to do with reality. Is it useful? Yes, it's useful. You have to make a decision in life. But is it reality? It has got to reality. you lost touch with the reality. The reality is your blissful nature, your peace, the divine child. You lost connection with the reality and you start living in the unreality of belief systems, assumptions, and data. So when you start living in the unreality, belief systems, assumptions, and data, and lot of noise which is coming from thoughts, naturally your peace has gone to background. Your divine nature has gone to background. The noise, beliefs, assumptions has replaced your reality. Can you go back to your divine nature? Can you go back to your peaceful divine nature? That's what meditation is about.
Give us essential on that.
Close.